we are moving on with the Celebrating in Color Paper Pumpkin Kit for May 2022. This is our fourth card. This month I'm going to have 5 cards because there's one for each new in color. And this card is the Sweet Sorbet. And it was designed to look like that. And my alternate looks like that. All right. So what you're going to need is the card that goes with this kit. It has the cursive U on the front. You'll need the Sweet Sorbet piece. Do not punch out the U. And we're going to use the Best Wishes for this one. And you'll need your basic gray ink. Basic gray ink. This stamp or card, I also used a stamp from another set called Framed Occasions. I wanted something to go with the Best Wishes on the front to cover up the space I had down there. So I grabbed the Framed Occasions that's in the current catalog. And that reminded me, I wanted to also tell you you're going to need one of these pieces that make like the little gift card holder pieces. You'll need one of those as well. So we're going to get started by, we're going to take the Best Wishes, or not the Best Wishes, the red piece, and we're going to glue that down to the front. And like I said, leave the U in there. And you want to center it the best you can, but you're going to want to cover up the base of the U. So I think if you line up in the gold a little bit, let me see, maybe move it over to about there, push it up a smidge, covers up the word U, and we are good. So we're going to glue that down. Then you're going to take your trimmer and we're going to trim up right at the edge of that. And so I'm going to say it's roughly I think 1 1/8 inches is going to be too much. So just somewhere between like the first little tick and the 1/8 mark, like the 1/16, 1 1/16. But you can go at 1 if you want. That's what I did here, but I wanted to trim off this little extra bits that we got. So you know what? I think I'm just going to go, I'm going to go at 1 1/16 and see what I get. It might be, yeah. Oh, and then stop halfway, guys. I just screwed that up, but that's all right. We'll be fine because we're going to glue that down. So then come over to your other side and go to 1. I'm going to pare it back to 1. 1/16 is going to be too much, and then stop at the halfway. That's what happened when you're not paying attention. Okay, so now these 2 pieces will be loose, and go ahead and you're going to glue those down. So put some glue on there of your choice. Flip them down. There we go. We flipped them down. And then now we've glued those 2 down, and we really needed to glue that. I can put that on another base or something, but or I'll mail it to somebody. My little boo-boos. So go ahead and fold your center over. And so now the center will just be our pop-up. All right? It's pretty much that easy. Then you want to take your best wishes and do the best that you can to kind of cover up the trim line where that U would have popped out of there. And so I have just a little bit of there showing and a little tiny bit over here showing, so you could shift it to the right a little bit and then just deal with this little semicircle down here that's going to show, and it's not going to show. You're not really going to see it, so you're good. Put some dimensionals on the back. Hold it in place. And then go ahead and again line that up, covering up the most that you can of the U cut out. And then that's why I have this little extra piece. I wanted to put something here, but I didn't know what to cover up the rest of that U with. So we're going to trim this down to, oh, let me see how wide that is. Inch and a quarter wide I went with. So I'm going to kind of cut past that score line that's on there. Go inch and a quarter. And then you can look at it and figure out, you know, how much you want of the color showing. We're going to tuck it under there so you can cut it way down if you want. Have a bunch of it showing. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut it just a little bit up into the cut it up into the pink area a little bit. And I glued this on flat, and since I do have that score line on here, I'm going to do my best to make sure that I get that tucked up under. I don't want to cover up my gold at all, so I'm just going to glue it like that. And then I've got my basic gray, and the stamp that I picked was To a Happy Future Ahead. And I picked this one because I switched over to Best Wishes because it was more printed, and then this font on the stamp set is more printed. So I want to get up on the foamy thing. To a Happy Future Ahead. Let's see what we get. And then I took some of the Sweet Sorbet elements and just popped them around on here. Just 3 of them. Could put 4 and use them all up, I suppose. I'm not sure where to put it. I'll put it over here. And there we go. Yours won't have that cut in there. If it does, we're going to figure out a way to fix it. I think what I'm going to do is try and start over and cut the gold pieces off and see if I could salvage them and glue them onto another piece Well, I probably can just glue it onto another base and you'd never see that slice line in there because you're not going to see the back. So that's all I'm going to do. And then I've salvaged this card and I can use it for something. There we go. Card number 4. Alright, I wanted to show you that I went and fixed this card by layering it onto another piece. And so I just wanted to give you that quick little update on how sometimes a mistake can be fixed.